Yunnan Bud Silver Strand First Flush Green Tea. What's up, everybody? Eric here from Tea and Tobacco. Today we're going to be looking at this 2019 offering from Yunnan Sourcing, so let's take a look. Alright, so today we're looking at Yunnan Bud Silver Strand First Flush Green Tea. This is obviously a very early spring because it's first flush, and let's just get right into it. Scent off the dry leaves here. It's really a fresh cut grass, touch of honeydew. Very similar to freeze-dried honeydew if you've ever had it before. All right, so I'm using 5 grams in my 100 ml gaiwan here. I'm going to be using 175 degree water today, and I'm not even going to be doing a rinse. I'm just going to do the first infusion right away at 10 seconds. While this is steeping, be sure to like and subscribe. Also, there is a Discord server out there if you are interested. We have the text chat, and we have people in the voice chat as well, and that is down in the description. All right, so at the first infusion here, we're looking at really a very pale, light green, yellow. Again, similar to the previous teas I've been drinking, it really looks color-wise like honeydew. And let's get to tasting this. Flavor-wise, you're looking at just a really fresh artichoke. There's really like no bitterness. It's just that really vegetal, fresh artichoke. Has a relatively thick yet soft mouthfeel. Mildly delicate flavor. All right, so for the second infusion, I am going to go out 20 seconds on this one. And while this is steeping, why don't we check out the dry leaf material? All right, so you can see the dry material here. It's really kind of picked similar to like a silver needles, but it's a lot more fluffy, and you just kind of have these little twisted pieces as well as these, straighter pieces of bud as well. Color-wise, you're ranging from mostly a silvery green with a few darker, dark green pieces in there as well. All right, so this second infusion, same color. Again, like the previous teas, this is very early, so there's lots of little hairs. So there are lots of, just a little bit of floaties inside the tea just because it can't be avoided. Flavor-wise, very similar to the last one. Got that artichoke. There's a very, very slight bitterness creeping in. The strength of the flavor, though, is pretty strong. So definitely for this next infusion, I'm only going to go 20 seconds again because just judging on how strong the flavor already is, probably don't need to go out any farther than that. All right. So right before I pour this, why don't we check out the wet leaf material before we get any farther. So here's the wet material. As you can see, it's pretty much just nice, very, very young leaves that haven't started to unfurl yet now that they've been hydrated. There's a nice long one that hasn't opened up yet, but there is a little bit of stem material in here as well. So here's a little piece of stem material. Just something to note. All right, so again, I'm going to go 30 seconds on this 20 seconds on this third infusion. Third infusion again, same color, slight floaties, just because it is very hairy tea. definitely the 20 seconds is definitely way to go on that that third infusion there. The bitterness is slightly building a little bit here. With the fresh artichoke, you're getting a bit more of fresh grass, fresh cut grass. And you have that little bit of mouth drying going on with that bitterness. So just given, again, the strength of the flavor, the creeping and the bitterness, I'm going to stay at 20 seconds again for the fourth infusion. So for this fourth infusion, just looking at the filter, I can see kind of a bit of all those hairs getting caught up, and it makes kind of like a little bit of a sludge in the filter. Again, same color, got those little bit of floaties from the hairs. Flavor-wise, pretty much the same. You got that fresh artichoke, fresh cut grass, creeping in on that bitterness, but still not overpowering yet. Really, this tea has very little sweetness, if any. I can't really notice any sweetness. The finish just kind of goes into that bitter vegetal artichoke type of flavor with a little bit of that drying on there. All right, so I'm going to keep drinking this, and I'm going to make some notes for you, and I will give you my final thoughts on the subsequent infusions in just a second. All right, so I've finished this up. I've gone out to 9 steepings. Really, the 4th, 5th, and 6th are pretty much all the same. The difference is that that bitterness starts creeping and creeping, and so you got that heavy grass note, you got that artichoke note, and then the bitterness starts creeping in. And then really 7, 8, 9, even though for the 7th I still did 20 seconds, I've been doing 20 seconds all the way since the 2nd. Even with that, the bitterness at that point is just so overpowering. There's really no underlying flavors after that. 8, 9, same thing. I went 30 and 40 seconds on those, and just the bitterness is there, and there's really no other underlying flavors to speak of, and then the tea dies after that. So thanks for watching, everybody. This has been my review of Yunnan Sourcing's Yunnan Pure Bud Silver Strands First Flush Green Tea. And be sure to like and subscribe, comment questions, feedback down below. There's also a Discord channel that's open. We have a text chat and voice chat that people are in quite often. And yeah, I'll see you next time on Tea and Tobacco. See you guys.